Hello, my name is Alfredo Padilla, and welcome to this presentation. Some important events of the last decade are the publication of the World Wide Web, the creation of the European Union, the agreement of the NAFTA, the Twin Towers terrorist attacks, and the financial crisis of 2008. In order to understand better this presentation, we have to define these concepts, which are globalization, that represents the global integration of international trade, investment, technology, and culture, as well as the influence of economic, political, and social practices. Then we have terrorism, which is the organized and systematic use of violence to create a general sense of fear among the world's population. The unipolar world, which is a geopolitical concept, and it is used to explain when a nation exercises power and control among the influences of the relations of the whole bloc. Finally, we have the digital era, or digital revolution, which is the advancement from mechanical and electric technology to the emergence of digital technology, and also the creation of the internet. We have the first question, which is why the globalization emerged. And it emerged thanks to the need of diverse world nations to obtain products that are not produced in their countries, as well as other needs of the human being. For example, without globalization, it will not be possible to find out about international news. And the importance of globalization relies on the learning of new languages and economic growth. The agreement of the NAFTA is related to the emergence of globalization because one of the basic principles of it is trading, and precisely this treaty was created to exchange products between the North American countries, which are the USA, Canada, and Mexico, while also facilitating their imports and exports. The creation of the European Union, as well as the creation of the euro, are related with globalization because the European Union basically created a single currency for an entire continent, and this encouraged the union of cultures, which is other of the main characteristics of globalization. Some people question what caused the terrorist attacks of the 20th century, and this question can be basically responded with two basic concepts or reasons, which is religion, because most of them were caused due to religious, ideological, and political causes, and all of them are backed up by the beliefs of Islam, as the terrorist attacks are known for being of a great national sentiment and for having the desire of revenge towards the United States and the whole world. And about the ideologies, these terrorist groups adorn themselves with a certain ideology which they claim to fight for, which help them to recruit minorities and have the support by the people who claim they need to create terror in order to bring peace. The Twin Towers attacks are obviously related to terrorism, and the reasons why it emerged as something worldwide, because it meets all the characteristics of a terrorist attack, but it is still unclear whether this attack had political or religious causes due to the uncertainty of the intentions of the Al-Qaeda group. How does the end of the Cold War relate with the unipolar world is the next question. We need to know that the Cold War constructed the term of bipolarity, which is when two superpowers fight for the total control of the globe, and this case was the United States against the USSR. The Cold War basically relates to the unipolar war because when the United States won the conflict, the war turned into unipolar war because now there was only one superpower, and the United States had total control of the international relations. The financial crisis of 2008 is related to the unipolar world because, as mentioned earlier, the US was the winner of the Cold War, meaning that worldwide the capitalism system triumphed over socialism. The financial crisis of 2008 could have only affected the US. However, since now the world was a unipolar one, it affected the economy of the entire globe, thanks to the United States. The last question is, how has the digital era influenced today's society? And actually, this has influenced almost every single aspect of our lives. It has brought a very radical change, and it has brought many technological advances. and it has also generated multiple comforts to the different branches of our civilization, such as education, transportation, economy, culture, and all of these aspects of our lives. However, the digital era has brought many controversy among the population, since this revolution has caused that many people practice more sedentary actions than ever before. The publication of the World Wide Web basically paved the way for the creation of the internet, which changed completely our lives. And without the emergence of the digital era, the internet will not be possible to exist, since this is basically the engine of the world. And in conclusion, the internet is what keeps us connected and will always continue to develop the humankind.